Hello, wonderful friends, and welcome back to Elderly Life Lessons, your trusted place for wisdom, health, and joy as we navigate these beautiful golden years together. Today, we're diving into a topic that often feels a bit private. It's something many of you might have wondered about, perhaps in the quiet of your own thoughts or after stumbling upon some confusing information online. There's a question that whispers in the corners of our minds, often surrounded by old wives' tales, a little bit of anxiety, and frankly, a lot of misleading notions. It's about something very personal to men, something that impacts your well-being and peace of mind, especially as you age. We're going to talk about prostate health and a very specific act, ejaculation. You might have heard some startling claims, some worries that too much of it could be harmful, perhaps even dangerous, leading to inflammation or something much, much worse. The fear, my dear friends, can be very real. But what does actual, honest-to-goodness science truly say? There's a quiet question many older men carry but rarely ask, even to their doctor. What happens if I keep doing it every day, at my age? It's often whispered in worry, laced with guilt, or dismissed as taboo. But today, we're breaking the silence, because the truth might surprise you. In fact, it might save your health. Let's talk about what really happens to your prostate when you ejaculate daily after 60. Please settle in, grab a warm cup of tea, and stick with me, because you truly won't want to miss this vital conversation. We're about to shed light on a subject that deserves our gentle attention and accurate understanding. At 67, Harold Thompson from Bend, Oregon, didn't think he'd still have so many questions about his body, especially about something as private as his prostate. A retired high school history teacher and grandfather of 4, Harold had led a relatively healthy life. But over the past few years, something changed. Late-night bathroom trips became more frequent. The pressure felt different. And quietly, he began to wonder, is it something I'm doing wrong? One question haunted him more than most. Every morning, he'd sit with his coffee, tablet in hand, reading health articles for seniors. One topic kept resurfacing: prostate health. And there was one habit he couldn't ignore, the fact that even in his late 60s, he still had a regular, intimate routine, alone. And so the question lingered. Is it still safe to ejaculate daily after 60? Could it be making my prostate worse or helping it? That's the question we're exploring today. Not with shame, not with moral judgment, but with science, sincerity, and clarity, because you deserve answers that are based in truth. For too long, older men have been left in the dark when it comes to intimate health. Today, that changes. Let's begin with the basics. The prostate is a small gland about the size of a walnut that sits just below the bladder and surrounds part of the urethra. It plays a vital role in male reproductive health, producing the fluid that nourishes and helps transport sperm during ejaculation. This fluid makes up about 30% of semen and contains enzymes, zinc, and other elements that protect and energize sperm cells. As men age, the prostate naturally changes. For many, it slowly enlarges, a condition known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. Though not cancerous, BPH can cause frustrating symptoms: weak urine flow, frequent nighttime urination, incomplete bladder emptying, and pelvic discomfort. In fact, BPH is so common that by the age of 60, more than 50% of men experience it to some degree. By the age of 85, that number rises to about 90%. In more serious cases, the concern shifts to prostate cancer, one of the most common cancers in older men. According to the American Cancer Society, about 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, and the risk increases with age. This highlights the importance of being proactive about prostate health, especially in our later years. That's why understanding how daily habits like diet, exercise, and yes, even ejaculation impact prostate health is more important than ever after age 60. For generations, masturbation was wrapped in taboo. Stories from decades ago told men it would drain their energy, lead to blindness, or weaken their manhood. In some religious or cultural communities, it was associated with guilt and shame. Even in today's world of information, many seniors still carry quiet doubts about whether this natural act is acceptable or healthy. One fear that often creeps in is the belief that regular ejaculation might somehow damage the prostate or cause inflammation. Others worry it might increase the risk of cancer. These concerns aren't ridiculous. They stem from the unknown. When topics like sexual health are avoided in conversation or underrepresented in medical appointments, myths fill the void. But let's be clear, the science now tells a very different story. One of the most groundbreaking pieces of research on prostate health came from the Harvard T.H. Sands School of Public Health, involving over 31,000 men who were followed for nearly 18 years. This wasn't a small survey. It was a comprehensive, longitudinal study that looked deeply at lifestyle habits and medical outcomes. The goal was to find connections between daily behavior and the risk of developing prostate cancer. The researchers wanted to explore one question: does ejaculation frequency affect prostate cancer risk? Participants were asked about their average monthly ejaculation frequency during different periods of their lives, in their 20s, 40s, and in the year before the study. When the results came in, the medical world was stunned. The men who reported ejaculating more frequently, especially 21 or more times a month, had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to those who ejaculated just 4 to 7 times a month. In fact, the risk was reduced by as much as 33%. That's a massive difference in medical terms. That's right, what had once been whispered about in fear was now supported by science. More frequent ejaculation may actually protect the prostate, not harm it. And this wasn't a one-off. Additional studies, such as those published in European Urology and by researchers in Australia, found similar trends, strengthening the credibility of these findings. They suggest that the connection between ejaculation and prostate health is more than coincidence. Why does frequent ejaculation help? Several scientific theories offer insight into why daily or regular ejaculation can support prostate health. Let's explore each of them in greater detail. 1. The prostate stagnation hypothesis. Think of the prostate as a small but active factory. If it keeps producing fluid but isn't cleared out regularly, that fluid can build up, leading to inflammation, clogged ducts, or even changes in cellular structure. Over time, this stagnation can create an environment where harmful substances accumulate. Regular ejaculation acts like a cleansing cycle, flushing out the old fluid and replacing it with fresh, healthy secretions. This mechanism may help clear out potentially harmful compounds, including carcinogens, before they have time to settle and cause damage. 2. Enhanced cellular turnover. All tissues in the body experience wear and tear, including those in the prostate. Each time a cell divides, there's a chance for a DNA error to occur. If these errors accumulate and aren't corrected, they can lead to the formation of cancer cells. Regular ejaculation may encourage the prostate to shed older, damaged cells more efficiently, reducing the likelihood of these mutations taking hold. 3. Stress reduction and hormonal balance. Ejaculation has long been associated with a temporary reduction in stress and an increase in relaxation. This isn't just psychological. Hormones like oxytocin, dopamine, and endorphins are released during orgasm, helping to lower cortisol, the stress hormone. Chronic stress is a known risk factor for numerous illnesses, including cancer. By reducing stress levels through regular sexual activity, you may also reduce inflammation and support hormonal balance, both essential for a healthy prostate. 4. Better sleep and cardiovascular benefits. A healthy sexual routine is often associated with better sleep quality thanks to post-orgasm relaxation, and men who sleep well typically have lower risks of heart disease and better immune function. Since cardiovascular health is tied to proper blood flow, and blood flow is crucial for prostate function, the connection becomes clearer. Good sleep, aided by regular ejaculation, might have a ripple effect that benefits the entire body, including the prostate. Now, let's pause and be responsible. Is daily ejaculation a cure for prostate issues? No, it's not a substitute for medical care, healthy eating, or regular checkups. What the research shows is a strong association, not absolute causation. In other words, men who ejaculate more often may also lead healthier lives in other ways: more active, better diets, lower stress, and regular health care. So, while frequency matters, balance is key. Think of it as one important brick in the foundation of prostate health, not the entire structure. In addition to maintaining a regular release routine, whether alone or with a partner, there are other powerful ways to support your prostate as you age. 1. Nutrition. Focus on prostate-friendly foods. Tomatoes, watermelon, and pink grapefruit are rich in lycopene. Cruciferous vegetables, like broccoli and cauliflower, contain compounds that may protect against cancer. And foods high in omega-3s, like salmon, walnuts, and flaxseed, reduce inflammation. 2. Stay active. Even light exercise like walking 30 minutes a day helps improve circulation, reduce inflammation, and maintain a healthy weight, all of which reduce your risk of prostate issues. 3. Limit harmful habits. Cut back on processed foods, avoid smoking, and keep alcohol in moderation. These changes help not just the prostate, but the entire body. 4. Hydration and bladder health. Drink plenty of water throughout the day, but reduce intake in the evening to prevent nighttime urination. 5. Regular screenings. This cannot be overstated. Men over 50 or over 40 with a family history of prostate cancer should discuss PSA testing and digital rectal exams with their doctor. Early detection saves lives. Some men worry that aging means the end of intimacy, but that's simply not true. Many men remain sexually active into their 70s and even 80s. It may take more time or a different approach, but daily sexual health, including arousal and ejaculation, can remain part of your life for decades. If you're concerned about performance, blood flow, or arousal, talk to your healthcare provider. Safe and gentle options are available to support healthy function without risking your heart or blood pressure. What if you don't feel the urge anymore? That's okay too. Every man is different. The takeaway isn't that you must ejaculate daily, but that you can if it feels right for you, and that it may have genuine health benefits when done in moderation. Even once or twice a week may offer protective effects, especially when paired with healthy habits. You are not alone in your questions, your curiosity, or your concerns. Aging brings new challenges, but also new opportunities to take control of your well-being. Don't let outdated myths cloud your judgment. Knowledge is power, and you deserve the truth spoken with respect. So, what does daily ejaculation do to your prostate after 60? It doesn't break it. It may very well help protect it. Backed by decades of science and heartfelt stories from men just like you, the evidence is clear. This private act can be part of your journey toward better health, not a detour from it. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to our channel, Elderly Life Lessons. Your support helps us continue creating honest, respectful, and research-backed content for older adults. And now we'd love to hear from you in the comments. What questions about men's health do you wish someone would finally answer? Let's start that conversation today. Stay curious. Stay empowered. Stay well. Thanks for watching. We would love to see you again in the next video.